Hello, good afternoon to all our viewers on YouTube. So please invite your friends and classmates because we will be starting in a few minutes. Thank you. Be
Be a
a
generalist.
generalist.
Ibig sabihin, you're making that cargo.
First is it removes
At nakikita namin din yung struggle ng mga teacher. Primary purpose of the grading system.
this is from professional education, suite of things faculties need to unlock magandang araw, grade 14, Teresa of Adult Principal, and the level is introverted.
Brace yourselves and get ready as we clash in a battle of wits and logic. Good afternoon, future teachers. Welcome to the elimination round of Gurolympics 2022 debate competition.
To start our competition, let us ask for the guidance of our Almighty God through a prayer. We praise and thank you, dear God, for the blessings you have showered upon us. Empower us that we may have the intelligence to be competent and perform in the best way we can. The will for total commitment to truth, justice, freedom, peace, and unity among people and the environment. And the heart to be compassionate and sensitive to the needs of others, especially the poor. This we ask in the name of Mary, our Mother, and Jesus our Lord. Amen. Mater Fidelium, Mater Fidelis, Ora pro nobis. Once again, good afternoon, future teachers. Today, we are gathered to tackle, discuss, and debate different pressing issues in the field of education. Which side will you take? Which tribe will dominate this year's debate competition? Once again, a warm afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Charmaine Makuhaumali from the Fan Tribe.
And I am Roy Vincent Montenegro from the Tail Tribe, and we will be your moderators for this year's Good Olympics debate competition.
Today, we will be having two debate sessions for our elimination rounds. But before we proceed to our debate, I'm calling the presence of Kuya Roy Montenegro. Kuya Roy,
Yes,
are you still there?
Charmaine.
Alright,
Ayan.
I'm just checking on you, Kuya Roy. Okay, kidding aside, I would like to ask you a question, Kuya Roy. Are you ready?
Ayan. Actually, hindi pa ako ready. Kinakabahan actually ako sa mga
You should be ready,
maaring
Kuya Roy.
mangyari to debate, di ba? Ikaw ba, as a first year, ano bang
Yes.
ina-expect mo? Siyempre, isa to sa mga highlights ng Gurolympics, yung debate competition natin.
Yes, since this is my first time to witness this kind of event virtually, Kuya Roy, at the same time, I'm the host, so my body is full of excitement, lalong-lalo na this debate is coming from our aspiring future teachers, and I'm very excited and delighted, especially because I know that our debaters are prepared and are ready to proudly represent their respective tribes. How about you, Kuya Roy? Since you're a fourth-year college student na, and up until today, nasasaksihan mo pa rin ang ganitong competition. So, how does it feel and what are your expectations? Or there is something you would like to share based on your experience before?
Ayan. Actually, never pa ako Actually, sabi ko nga, kung bibigyan ako ng chance na mag-debate, ayoko talaga kasi mainitin po ang ulo ko. Ayan, hindi. Pero last year, I was also the host or the moderator for the last year's elimination rounds ng debate. And alam ko talaga na ang mga future educators, ang mga FPL talagang palaban yan. Talagang matindi ang laban because I know all of our debaters are prepared. For sure, the arguments are well planned out. At alam ko, lahat ng ating viewers sa YouTube would have a great time watching our debaters, di ba? So, to all our viewers, pwede kayong mag-comment dyan ng kung ano ba sa tingin nyo yung stand nyo on our topics for this session. Okay, so Charmaine, mag-start na ba tayo?
Of course, Kuya Roy, mapatagalin pa ba natin? But let me first read the mechanics and guidelines for the debate competition. So here Here are the guidelines or the mechanics. First, each tribe shall form a team with three main debaters and one reserved debater. Scheduled debaters should have been in the virtual hall 10 minutes before the debate proper. Third, there should be three official debaters who shall represent each tribe. In the event when one member either voluntarily or involuntarily left the virtual hall, others shall continue without changing the debater. Failure to meet the required number of participants prior to the debate proper shall mean disqualification. For the fifth, mechanics and guidelines, the process of changing the main debater by the reserved debater can only be triggered before the debate proper and not during. Again, the process of changing the main debater by the reserved debater can only be triggered before the debate proper and not during. For the last, single elimination will be utilized.
That's right. So now let's take a look on the debate flow. Okay, for our debate flow, each of the side will have their 5-minute opening statement starting with the affirmative side to be followed by a 4-minute further arguments and rebuttal, starting again with the affirmative side. After that, we will be having a recess for 8 minutes. And then after the recess, we will be having their rebuttals. But take note, without adding new information, what will be planned out on the first part of our debate will only be the topics that will be discussed on this part. That will be for 3 minutes, starting with the opposing side, followed by the rebuttal for 1.5 minutes, and we will be ending our debate through a closing statement for 3 minutes, ending with the affirmative side.
That's right, Kuya Roy. And now for the cash prizes. For the champion, they will be having 1,500 pesos. For the first runner-up, 900 pesos. Best debater, 300 pesos. Best presenter, 300 pesos. And for the participating tribes, they will also be getting 300 pesos.
That's right. And now, to determine our champion, we will be helped by our judge that is also watching on our YouTube. Our judge is Dr. Anacleta Cabigaw. Dr. Anacleta Amante Macandili Cabigaw is a doctorate holder from the Philippine Normal University where she graduated Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics. When she finished her graduate studies, Dr. Cabigaw was the recipient of the Best Master Thesis Awards, and she graduated with honors. Dr. Cabiga has been or had been a secondary school teacher handling English, as she also served as the school paper advisor for 10 years. Her student journalists were consistent winners in the different levels of press conferences. She was promoted as a secondary school principal and was able to be the school leader in the three high schools in Tanawan City. She served as secondary school principal for 5 years. She was again promoted and became the division supervisor in English in DepEd Tanawan City for 6 years. She passed the Career Executive Service written examination qualifying her to be an OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. She was then assigned in DepEd Division of Santa Rosa City. She retired as the chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division in the same division. Teaching has really been her passion, thus, during those years when Dr. Cabigo was in DepEd, she had her part-time teaching both in college and in graduate school. Happily and proudly, Dr. Cabiga, who has been a college professor at Faith since 2006, can say that her former students are now becoming successful and admired in their field of work, not only because of their competence, but also because of their desirable qualities that had been honed while they were in her class. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Cabiga, for gracing our invitation.
Once again, thank you so much po, Dr. Kabigaw, for accepting our invitation. Now, let me ask, future teachers, are you ready?
Ayan. So, mukhang marami nang nasa YouTube channel. Nasaan kaya ang mga supporters ng Fang Tribe? Nasa kaya ang mga supporters ng Fang Tribe?
Okay, ayan naman. How about the Talon tribe? Let's see. Where are the Talon tribes?
At syempre, hindi magpapahuli ang Spine Tribe. Nasaan dyan ating mga members or warriors ng Spine Tribe?
Okay, and last, where are the warriors from the Tail tribe? Let us see. Okay, ang dami.
Yes, talaga napakadaming supporters ng ating bawat tribes, no? So, it seems lahat tayo ready na. Ready na ang ating mga debaters at ready na ang ating mga viewers sa YouTube. So, let's start our debate session 1.
Looks like we're running out of time. Let us start the debate elimination round session.
Okay, our debate session 1 is between Tail Tribe and the Spine Tribe Warriors, BSE Math against PPE.
And they will be talking and debating about the recent issues of the PBB history quiz. The question is, should we blame the education system or not?
That's right. So for those who are not familiar with our topic, let us watch this video.
Dito sa lugar na ito, matatagpuan ang The Mansion na itinayo noong 1908 na naging official residence ng American Governor General noong panahon ng Amerikano sa Pilipinas. Ano ang lugar na ito na tinatawag ring summer capital of the Philippines? Okay, Dustin.
Intramuros?
Intramuros, sure ka na ba?
Sure na po ako.
Intramuros is wrong! Ang Filipino general na si Gregorio del Pilar ng Philippine Revolutionary Army noong Philippine-American War ay mas kilala sa bansag na... Kaya mo yan, Max. Paano kaya mo din yan?
Gregorio po.
Gregorio? Is that your final answer?
Yes po.
Gregorio! Question is, ang ina ng katipunan na si Melchora Aquino ay kilala rin sa bansag na blank.
Ninoy Aquino? Yeah. It's not okay. Kuya Rob?
And Ninoy Aquino is not a mom. Okay?
Yeah.
Islam, your answer?
Kilala bilang nanay ng bansa?
Handang Sora is the correct. Si Dr. Jose Rizal ay kilala sa palayaw
Hindi ko alam, wait lang.
Ay.
Ako po. Nag-buzzer na ako. Nag-buzzer na
I'll
ako.
give you last 5 seconds.
Di ko sure. Si Rizal po.
J. Rizal, sure ka na ba? Ang tulay na ito ay nagdudugtong ng mga pulo ng Leyte at Samar. Anong pangalan ng tulay na ito na tinuturing din na pinakamahabang tulay sa Pilipinas? Yeah.
Ano po? SLEX po?
Ang tatlong Catholic priests na sina Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, Jacinto Zamora na hinatulan ng kamatayan noong panahon ng Kastila ay mas kilala sa tawag na blank.
Pwede po pakiulat ng mga names?
Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, Jacinto Zamora.
Marjo! Hindi. Wait lang. Nakalimutan ko yung mga paliado. Wait lang po. Mahina po talaga ako sa...
I am so sorry, Kyle. Answer still. Yeah.
Marjo. Ay, Majoha? Or
Madjoha.
Majoha?
Madjoha ba ako? Madjoha. Sure ka naman.
Opo.
Madjoha is wrong.
Ayan. For further information, the PBB Historic Quiz issue, the reality show Pinoy Big Brother recently organized a series of quizzes for its teen housemates, and one round of history quiz became a viral sensation on the April 9 episode of the popular reality show. Housemates Gab Scribin and Kai Espinido were quizzed on the collective name of the three Filipino priests, Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, who were executed after being accused of sedition and treason by Spanish colonial authorities in 1872. Gombursa was the correct answer. Scriven answered Majoha, while Espinido was unable to respond. There were also other contestants whose lack of knowledge in Philippine history was palpable then asked a number of questions in history. A video of the discussion has now gone viral on social media, and this raised concerns on how students are taught Philippine history after teen contestants failed to answer what we can describe as basic questions. Hence, in this PBB history quiz issue, should we blame the educational system? And that's it. At first, we can't deny that we find it funny, right? But as we rewatch and think about it, let's ask ourselves, is it really funny or does it possess a bigger question and a bigger issue on our education? Right, Kuya Roy?
That's right, Charmaine. No, sa unang panood natin, nakakatawa talaga siya, di ba? But as we rewatch the video, we would realize na bakit kaya hindi nila nasagutan ang mga basic questions. And we all know how important is history, lalo na sa ating mga Pilipino. And Charmaine, ikaw, ano ba ang yung napanood mo yung video na yun, what was your first reaction? Sige, let's be authentic. Ano yung una mong naging reaction after mo mapanood?
Siyempre, just like what you've said, Kuya Roy, I find it funny. But as times goes by, nagsisink in siya na, grabe pala, di ba pinagdadaanan natin or pinag-aaralan natin siya, gaano ba talaga kahalaga ang history sa atin? Without history, we can't be who we are today, di ba? So, it's really sad, but at the same time, what can we do? Di ba? Let's just see. Kasi we have different perspectives. That's why let's just see kung sino ba talaga ang kayang panindigan ang kanila mga paniniwala. So to all our viewers on YouTube, what is your stand on this topic? We also like to know your side. Should we blame the education system or not?
That is right. So to all our viewers, so please make use of our chat section on YouTube for your insights on this issue. And of course, please practice respect and etiquette at all times.
Now, introducing the affirmative side, we have the Spine Tribe consisting of Bachelor of Physical Education.
Okay, so we have Luis Soriano, Alan Faiculay, and
Mr.
Risha
Luis
Abigail
Soriano,
Barrios.
Alan Nicolay, and Risha Abigail Barrios.
Ayan. Hi naman kayo sa mga supporters nyo, Spine Tribe, sa YouTube. For sure, marami nag-aabang sa inyo. Ayan. Bati na po kayo kung gusto nyo bumate.
Hello po everyone. Go Spine Tribe. Let's go.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Spine Tribe. Now, Tail Tribe will be taking the opposing side. Tail Tribe is composed of BSE Math. For this session, Faris Makam, Trisha De Villa, and Carla Sandoval will take on the challenge.
Alright, o baka may gusto din kayong batiin sa ating mga nanonood ngayon. You can open your microphone if you want to. Okay.
Let's go, Tail Tribe!
Let's go, Tail Tribe!
Ayan, okay. Nasaan ba mga Tail Tribe dyan? So, makikita natin. Let's see. I think we're all set. So, ano pang hinihintay natin? Huwag na tayo magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Let us start the debate session 1. Spine Tribe believing that we should blame the education system versus Tail Tribe who believes that we should not.
Let the battle begin. So now we will be starting our debate with the opening statement for 5 minutes by the affirmative side. Your timer will start once you begin speaking.
Hello. A pleasant afternoon to everyone. We are the representative of Spine Tribe, and we are on the affirmative side. After an episode of PBB Philippine History Quiz Bee presented by Robbie Domingo on April 9, 2022, the show's popularity soared on social media. Robbie Domingo gives participants historical questions in each round, which they must answer in order to earn a point for their side. The third round for Kai and Gob is the round that went on to the top trending topic on the Twitter with the phrase Gomburza. Robbie Domingo asked the representatives Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora are better known by. Neither of the representatives got the right answer. Instead of guessing based on the names on the screen, Kai answered Marjo, while Gab answered Majoha. They also asked, what is the name of the longest bridge in the Philippines? Gab answered with the word SLEX. You know what? People are tweeting and tagging DepEd to open the school because of the disappointing event that occurred throughout the show. And based on the answers of and Kai and Gov and other housemates, we can blame the educational system here. This is one of the examples of how poor education is. Yes, we agree that we should blame the students for these things that are happening right now. But um, but where did it all start from in the first place? The government, of course, the agencies of the government. The government, the agencies of the government, or the DepEd or CHED gives the curriculum to the school. They should further study the curriculum if it is applicable to the learning of the students. Yes, we can blame the students, but we should know that not each student has the same opportunities. That not all the students have the same learning. Okay, even the Vice President of the Philippines, Lenny Robredo, declared that there is a crisis in our education system. She also said that we have to declare, or she had to declare the educational crisis to have an all hand on deck approach. And the pandemic has only exacerbated all our educational problems. The pandemic affects the educational system. Even the DepEd or CHED provides alternative learning, changing our ways of learning styles to online and module learning. According to the Movement for Space, Equitable Quality, and Relevant Education, or SICWARE, conducted a nationwide survey of primary and secondary public schools. About 53% of students surveyed were not sure if they could learn the competencies set by DepEd for their grade level under distance learning. And only 7 in 10 were confident in finishing the school year. Online class attended was also a persistent problem, with 87% of students flagging unstable internet connections. Also, we can tell here that the implementation of the online and distance learning is not helpful to the students. Also, one factor that we should blame on the educational system is the removal of the subjects. Subjects like history, as our main topic for this day, should still include in the curriculum to give importance and respect to the Philippine history and also for the student to further study it. BP Lenny Robredo also said that addressing concerns can only be done if the government talks to the private sector and they plan together. It is not supposed to be that the government is only giving attention to public schools. The programs of the private school should be integrated with the government so that the private schools are not seen as the competitor. Lastly, we are not blaming the teachers here. We are blaming the educational system. Thank you.
Wow, nice layout of your arguments, Spine Tribe. Thank you so much for that, comprehensively, conveying your arguments and message for our opening statement. Thank you, Spine Tribe. Now let's hear the opposing side for their opening statement. Again, Tail Tribe, you have 5 minutes for your opening statement, and your timer will start once you begin speaking.
A pleasant afternoon to our host, our judge, the affirmative side, and to everyone who is watching this debate. Given the topic PBB history quiz issue, should we blame the educational system? We, the debaters from the Tail Tribe, will prove and defend our stand as the opposing side that we should not blame the education system. A controversy arose concerning the students' poor knowledge of Philippine history when the Filipino reality show Pinoy Big Brother conducted a history quiz bee with the housemates. The quiz, the quiz bee gained massive attention when the housemates couldn't answer simple elementary history questions. Netizens directly criticized what they call poor educational system, while others said it was not the educational system's fault. What happened during the PBB history quiz was a clear example of the problem regarding the students' continuously decreasing level of knowledge of Philippine history. We, the opposing side, choose not to blame the educational system because we confirmed that the current K-12 curriculum still highlights Philippine history. This leads us to the conclusion that the educational system is not responsible for the current problem regarding the students' level of knowledge of Philippine history. According to the statement of DepEd regarding this matter, the current DepEd administration never removed the Philippine history from the AP curriculum. The current AP curriculum covers various Philippine history topics across grade levels. This topic also serves as take-off points in all discussion relative to Asian studies, world history, economics, contemporary issues in junior high school, and understanding culture, society, and politics, and Philippine politics and governance in senior high school. Generally, it is highly impossible to discuss the said subjects without even taking Philippine history context into consideration. To support this claim, we checked the DepEd K-12 AP curriculum guide and found that the Philippine history was the main focus of the AP subject from grade 5 to grade 6. As mentioned in the earlier statement, the history of the Philippines was discussed constantly at every grade level to provide a deeper understanding of such topics. Furthermore, Philippine history wasn't only limited to the AP subject, but it was also discussed in various subjects, especially Filipino and English literature. For example is the Ibong Adarna in grade 7, Surante at Laura in grade 8, Non Limitangere in grade 9, and El Filibusterismo in grade 10. These literary pieces are windows to the past, and as we all know, textbooks provide these pieces with proper historical context. And so, blaming the educational system is baseless considering these. If that's the case, then what would be the real problem? Is it really the educational system's fault? No. We have various external factors that we may consider in this situation. Though it is true that students nowadays are too absorbed into gaming, social media, and internet surfing, there is a bigger problem concerning the learners themselves. Textbooks and teachers help provide learners with the knowledge that they need to acquire. However, as said in the Child and Adolescent Learners and Learning Principles course, teachers only guide the students. The role of the learners is bigger than that of the educator, as the acquisition of complex knowledge and skills requires extended learner effort and guided practice. Without a learner's motivation to learn, the willingness to exert this effort is unlikely without coercion. The ability to absorb the learnings and put them by heart is another thing. In short, this particular issue concerns the educational system at the least. It was never the DepEd's fault, but the students themselves, as well as the other unmentioned external factors.
Okay, thank you so much, Tail Tribe, for your opening statement. Wow, those are very comprehensive and very emphasized arguments for our Tail Tribe. I know or I believe no lahat mag-agree no nasa YouTube natin na opening statements pa lang, grabe na mga arguments, talaga may diin ang bawat opening statements ng ating dalawang tribe. So to all our YouTube viewers, sa tingin nyo, with the opening statements given by both sides, ano kaya or anong stand nyo on this issue?
I agree with you, Kuya Roy. Nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo pero ang bigat-bigat na ng mga nararamdaman natin ngayon. So, without further ado, now let me call on the affirmative side for further arguments and rebuttal. You only have 4 minutes. And your timer starts now.
Hello?
I think si okay. So this for a moment. So ayan guys. Naniniwala kami sa aming paninindigan na ang dapat sisihin ay sistema ng edukasyon na mayroon sa ating bansa. Bakit? Una, tungkol na lamang sa sinabi niyo sa Philippine history. Yung DepEd Order number 20 of 2014.
Sana yung maganda kulay. Kaya, ang lalaki na nag-aatas.
Kung saan,
Maraming salamat. Thank you, Luis. Paano nyo nasabi na walang kasalanan ang DepEd at kasalanan ito ng mga estudyante? Para sa amin, naniniwala kami at naninindigan na dapat ang sisihin ay ang sistema ng edukasyon na mayroon ang ating bansa. Bakit? Una, tungkol na lamang sa Philippine history, yung DepEd Order number 20, 2014, kung saan ang Philippine history as a dedicated subject in the high school araling panlipunan ay inalis. Isa ito sa mga faktor, isa ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit limitado at ganoon na lamang ang kanilang kaalaman tungkol sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Dahil mismo ang ahensya pa ng gobyerno ang nagpairal ng isang batas na tanggalin ang Philippine history bilang isang subject sa high school. At ngayon, nagpatupad pa ng karagdagang 2 taon sa sekundarya, which is ang K-12 curriculum. So, kung saan ang junior high school student from grade 7 to 10 in the same subject ay mayroon lamang na Asian Studies, World History, Economics, and Contemporary Studies. At kung atin naman iisa-isahin ang K-12 curriculum, kung saan senior high school student mula grade 11 at 12, there are 7 learning areas core curriculum. These are languages, literature, communication, mathematics, philosophy, natural sciences, and the social sciences. Again, missing yung Philippine history. Sa pagkakataon na yun, makikita mo na may pagkukulang talaga ang sistema ng edukasyon. Missing yung Philippine history kung saan ibinibigay lamang ito, subject na to, mula grade 1 hanggang grade 6 sa elementarya. Hindi balingid sa kanilang kaalaman na magkakaiba ang strength mentality ng bawat mag-aaral. Iyan dapat ang bigyan ng pansin ng nasa ahensya ng edukasyon. Subalit, datapwat, ang makakasagot lamang niyan ay ang mga nasa ahensya ng gobyerno sa kagawaran ng edukasyon, ang Department of Education, Commission of Higher Education, at ang Technical Education and Skills Development Authority.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that affirmative side. Kitang-kita naman natin na even if we're having a delay, naipadala at naibahagi naman ng ating spine tribe ang kani-kanilang mga puntos na nais iparating sa ating lahat. Kaya naman, once again, thank you, affirmative side. Let me now call on the opposing side for further arguments and rebuttal. You only have 4 minutes and your timer will start when you start speaking.
So yon, salamat po sa naunang statement. According to Mr. Alan Pahikulay, tinanggal po ang history sa AP subject. Tinanggal ang dedicated history subject. So nabanggit po namin kanina, nag-dive po kami sa curriculum guide. Nag-dive kami sa curriculum guide ng AP, ng DepEd. So we found out na nandun pa rin ang history. Actually, grade 5 to grade 6, sobrang detailed ng history na ibinigay sa mga students. So, hindi natin masasabi na tinanggal talaga ang history. Another point is yung mga binanggit kanina, binanggit sa statement ng DepEd na ang mga topics na nilagay nila sa AP, hindi talaga madidiscuss ang mga topics na ito kung hindi bumabalik sa history. For example, i-discuss mo ang politics ng Pilipinas. I-discuss mo ang politics ng Pilipinas, hindi mo siya may i-discuss without going back to the past. So kung maaalala nyo sa mga discussion natin with our teachers, hindi tayo nag-discuss basta ng politics. Okay, ito yung politics ng Pilipinas. Okay, ngayon meron na tayong democracy. I-discuss yun lahat. Paulit-ulit na i-discuss sa atin. At actually, mas napalawak ang history. So, I don't think nagkukulang ang DepEd sa curriculum natin. Kasi kung titignan nyo, kung iisa-isahin nyo ang topics sa AP curriculum guide ng DepEd, nandoon po. Actually, going back to the politics part, kapag nagpunta ka sa politics na i-discuss sa inyo, politics and governance. Okay, babalik tayo sa people's power. Babalik tayo sa pinakakauna-unahang government ng Pilipinas. Babalik tayo sa pre-colonial period, sa paulit-ulit actually. Paulit-ulit actually yung pagdidiscuss ng pre-colonial period, Spanish period, American. Yung mga colonial period natin ay paulit-ulit. So I don't think nagkulang ang ating AP subject sa topics ng history. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Add ko lang po yung kay Faris. Sabi nga, tinanggal daw yung history. Nung January pa lang, they never told that they remove the history. Hindi po talaga ni-remove ang history. Walang nire-remove ang DepEd according to Briones. Also, balikan natin yung sinabi ni Alan na sabi daw hindi kasalanan ng students, kundi kasalanan siya ng educational system. But, sabi ni Luis first, nung opening statement nila, yes, we blame the students. Hindi po talaga, magkasaliwat sila ng sinasabi. And actually, hindi po talaga ang education talaga ang hindi may kasalanan ng lahat. And tinatanong din ni Luis na how education is. Ginagawa lahat ng edukasyon ng kanila makakaya to put more knowledge on a student. Yun lang po, thank you.
Thank you, opposing side. Okay, talaga namang mapapahinga ng malalim sa mga batuhang nangyayari at pagbabalik sa nakaraan. Very comprehensive and nice ang paghahatid ng ating mga messages. Kaya once again, thank you, opposing side. Still try.
That is right. So as you can see, talagang inilalatag na ng ating both sides na kanilang mga arguments. And also, pati ang ating mga viewers sa YouTube, sinasabi na rin na kanilang different insights. So sabi ni Carlos is, if the sample size were bigger, then the case that DepEd is actually lacking in its competency would be a bit more acceptable, di ba? So we have a lot of comments on YouTube sinasabi kung anong side ba sila, kung dapat ba talagang sisihin ng education system or not. And I think all of our debaters explained well all of their arguments. So just a bit of a reminder to all our debaters, please stay topic on should we blame the education system or not, and also all of the arguments and the topics that we have discussed on the first part of our debate. Yun lang po ang gagamitin natin mga arguments and mga topics later on our second part of our debate session. Given that, we'll be having first a recess for 8 minutes para sa ating mga debaters for them to collaborate and talk about their stands. Okay, so we'll be having a recess for 8 minutes, and thank you so much, everyone. So we will be back.
established in 2004, Philippines Teachers League is official student organization of Philippine College of Education. FTO aims to promote members' capabilities to becoming effective teachers in the future. Are you ready to join the lead? Choose your character. Battle activate. Know your allies. Activate the teacher leader within you. Victory. Station accomplished. Battle engaged. Prepare for combat. Join and learn through Edo Talks. Victory. Station accomplished. Battle combat. Prepare for the clash. Upskill your capabilities. Victory. Station accomplished. Battle clash. Divide and conquer. Challenge yourselves to win the title. Victory. Station accomplished. Are you ready to build your army? Are you ready to join the league?
Ayan, and now we are back with our debate session 1. Ayan, so while we are waiting still for our debaters, no? So, kumusta ka naman, Shermy? Anong mga narinig mo kanina na talagang kinabahan ka talaga, 'di ba? Kasi grabe yung mga sagutan nila kanina eh.
Yes, tama ka Kuya Roy. Kinabahan talaga ako nung bumalik tanaw tayo sa nakaraan. Yung mga points or sides ng bawat tribes talaga namang hindi ko maintindihan. Ano ba talaga ang dapat nating panigan? How about you, Kuya Roy? What can you say?
Tama, 'di ba? Tama, 'di ba? Parang maisip ko, sino ba talaga dapat sisihin, 'di ba? Sino ba dapat yung accountable sa mga nangyayari na yun, 'di ba? Na bakit nga kaya ganun yung mga sagot nila dun sa quiz na yun, no? And yun nga, naging malaking issue siya. So, yun talaga yung tanong, no? And actually, we are here on this debate para pag-usapan talaga kung sino ba talaga yung dapat sisihin. And grabe mga sagutin ng Shermy, di ba talaga may mga batas na sinabi, talagang chinek daw nila yung mga curriculum guides, which I think ay talagang very prominent, or makikita mo talaga kung gaano kagaling ang ating mga debaters to be researchers as well, di ba? Talagang pinaghandaan talaga nila ang mga arguments nila, di ba?
Kaya naman Kuya Roy, kung ako ang judge, talaga namang ako'y mahihirapan kung alin ba talaga dapat ang sisihin natin. Kaya naman, Kuya Roy, I would like to ask our future teachers kung na-miss ba nila tayo at kung handa na ba sila muli sa ating susunod na session. Why
That
not
is right.
mag-roll
So,
call tayo, Kuya Roy?
tama, mag-roll call ulit tayo. Tama, Shermie. So, nasaan kaya? YouTube viewers, magparamdam naman dyan ang Fang Tribe.
Okay, how about the Talon Tribe?
Ayan. So, nasaan naman ang mga supporters, syempre, ng ating affirmative side, nasaan ang mga supporters ng Spine Tribe?
Ayan, syempre magpapahuli ba ang Tail Tribe? Tail Tribe, nasaan kayo? Okay.
Ayan. Mukhang ready pa ang ating YouTube viewers para pakinggan ang second part ng ating debate session 1. Again, our debate session 1 is about the PBB history quiz issue. Dapat ba talaga nating sisihin ang education system ng Pilipinas? Again, Spine Tribe taking the affirmative side and Tail Tribe taking the opposing side. Just a few reminders to our debaters. Again, please remain on our topic. Okay, again, our topic is should we blame the education system or not? And also another reminder, lahat po ng ating mga arguments and mga topics na inilatag kanina sa first part of our debate will only be the topics na pag-uusapan din natin on this second part of your debate. Okay po? So now let us start with the rebuttal without adding new information. Again, rebuttal without adding new information for 3 minutes, starting with the opposing side.
So, hello po. So, about kanina, we proved that there's nothing wrong with the educational system. Kanina sa opening statement ni Luis, sinabi niya na ang student ang ibe-blame dahil sa kakulangan nila. And kay Ala naman, sinabi niya na hindi dapat i-blame yung students. For us, kailangan ang students ang ibe-blame natin dito kasi ginawa ng educational system yung part nila. But the questionable part is, ginawa ba ng student yung part nila? Do students prioritize their studies or do they give importance to the teacher learnings that impart to them? Kasi kung titingnan natin, yung educational system, ginagawa nila yung part nila. Then yung students, they are going to view the fake news of some TikTok trends and yun nga mga external factors na mas nakaka-apekto sa kanila. And dun sa sinasabi namin na ang student talaga ang dapat i-blame kasi sila yung hindi gumagawa, nagiging irresponsible sila sa pag-take ng kanilang learnings.
Now, okay, balikan ko yung sinabi ulit ni Luis na sinisisi nila ang agencies, ang CHED, ang curriculum, and the DepEd. Bakit? Based ba dun sa PBB na history quiz? Ilang tao lang naman ang nandoon? Isisisi agad sa educational system? Porket ba konti lang yung tao na nandoon? As math majors, we cannot generalize given the number of people na included sa issue. It would be a fallacy. We call it hasty generalization. Generalizing people just because some people experience it. Yun lamang po. Thank you.
So yun po, sabi nga kanina, students yung dapat i-blame kasi our educational system ay ginawa na yung part nila. Tapos, yung students, the questionable part in that was, do students give their do students priorities their studies, or do they give importance to the teacher that give them learnings? So, kung titignan, talagang student ang may pagkukulang dahil binibigay lang ng educational system yung pangangailangan ng mga estudyante.
Okay, just right off the time. Thank you so much, Tail Tribe, for your rebuttal. Okay, so grabe. Pwede bang huminga muna tayo? Grabe ang mga batuhan natin ng arguments. No? And I would totally agree sa sinabi nila when, learning is really a two-way part, di ba? So, education system has a part, student also has their part. But again, it's a two-way part. So, ibig sabihin, meron pa rin part ng educational system. So, for their rebuttal without adding new information, ayan, so meron din sinabi si Chen. Sabi niya, retention of students should be blamed, not teachers' instructions. Ayan. So, nakikisali na rin sa debate ang ating YouTube viewers. So, just keep those comments coming. Okay? Now, to have their rebuttal without adding new information, let us call on the affirmative side. Again, your timer will start when you begin speaking. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. So, hina-highlight po namin dito is we are talking about the Philippine history, not a whole history. So, hindi enough na included lang ang Philippine history sa elementary. Because practically saying, ang ibang subject nga na included hanggang college, students are still having a hard time to cope up with it. What more pa kung hanggang elementary lang. Plus, napakalawak ng history. And napakaraming significant events na included sa history. There are also essential personalities. If we will have history only in elementary, would that be enough? Is 6 years enough? With that, we can see how the educational system lack on this aspect. At hindi ito nakakatuwa dahil this is already alarming. Ang tuluyan na maglaho ang mahalagang nangyari sa Pilipinas.
In addition to that, I think I'm so sorry, but I totally disagree with your with the opposing side arguments, because isipin natin to. Do you think enough yung mga materials na ibinigay ng mga DepEd or ng DepEd or ng mga ahensya ng pamahalaan para doon sa learning o para doon sa pagtuturo o pag-iintindi ng mga estudyante? Or do you think what I mean is, enough ba yung materials na yun para mas matutunan, mas magkaroon ng learnings ang mga estudyante? Kung ang DepEd, kung ang gusto ng DepEd ay mag-provide ng good quality of education, then kailangan mag-provide sila ng alam mong enough na materials o ng mga erap na materials at na alam mo makakatulong sa mga estudyante. Hindi yung mga materials na yon ay nililimit lang nila and yung limitations na yon is umuonte, or I mean hanggang doon lang yung limitations ng process of learning ng mga estudyante. 'Di ba? And also, sabi ko nga just like what Risha said, hina-highlight po namin dito ang Philippine history, not the whole history itself. Yun naman po.
Okay, so I think that's it for the Spine Tribe. Thank you so much, Spine Tribe. Grabe, very detailed at napaka-gaganda rin ng paglalatag ng arguments ng Spine Tribe, no? And I would totally agree na sapat ba na ituro natin ang Philippine history on elementary level, especially na growing years, di ba? Kaya na bang alalahanin ng mga estudyante or ng mga bata or ng mga pupils ang Philippine history in their elementary days? So, That is also right, no? So hindi ko na alam kung sino ba dapat ang talagang sisihin dito sa nangyaring issue na to on the PBB history. And ayan,
Tama
ang
ka,
ating
Kuya
mga,
Roy.
yes, no, ang ating mga YouTube viewers na ang dami ng comments. How about you, Charmaine?
Ay, Kuya Roy, ako pa talaga tinanong mo, wala na akong masabi. I'm already speechless dahil doon sa pagbabangayan nila ng mga puntos nila. Hands up. Okay. And because of that, once again, thank you so much po sa ating rebuttal. And now let me call on the opposing side for the rebuttal. You have 1.5 minutes and your timer will start when you're ready to speak.
Okay, let's start with yung sinabi ni Luis. Sinabi niya na, oo, in fact, kulang yung materials ng DepEd, kulang yung facilities natin. Actually, naaalala ko pa yung mga textbooks natin, kung sino lang yung kung sino lang yung mabigyan, limited na limited siya. Pero isipin natin, DepEd ba talaga ang may kasalanan o ang government? According to Child Hope Philippines Organization report, the country remains to have one of the lowest budget allotments to learning among ASEAN countries. So, hindi natin masasabi na DepEd ang nagkulang. 'Di ba? Parang iba pa ang DepEd kasi yung binibigay ng government na budget sa DepEd, pinapagkasya lang nila. So, sino po ang may problema doon? 'Di ba? And also, I would like to say yung sinabi po ng comment kanina, ano po yung basis nyo ng not enough? Kasi paulit-ulit nyo pong inuulit na sabi nyo nga, ang history ay nasa elementary lang. Pero according sa sinabi ko, hindi siya nasa elementary lang. If you actually dive into the okay.
Ayan, truly, ano ba talaga, sino ba talaga ang may problema? Education system nga ba or the pupils itself? And now let me call on affirmative side for the rebuttal. You have 1.5 minutes and your timer will start when you start speaking.
Okay. Bumalik tayo sa history, Philippine history. So sabi nyo na hindi lamang elementary ang may history. So bakit ganun na lamang ang asal ng nasa loob ng mga housemate sa PBB? Kasi ganito yun eh. Hindi lahat kasi ng mag-aaral ay tulad ni Vice Ganda. Na lahat ng itinuro ay tumatatak sa utak hanggang sa pagtanda. May mga estudyante na alam lamang nila ito sa mga oras na tinatalakay ito. Bakit hindi nila formal na ibalik muli ang Philippine history bilang isang subject sa high school? Pag sinabi kasing Philippine history, tumatalakay sa pag-aaral kung ano ang nangyaring mahalaga sa ating bansa. Sapagkat dito, nalalaman natin na tayo ay nasa sariling atin, niyayakap natin ang pagiging makabayan at pagiging makabansa. Kaya may mga organization nga na ipinaglalaban na ibalik ang Philippine history. Tulad na lamang ng Philippine history movement at saka ang social conservative movement. So, reclaim history subject in the school curriculum. Save our history. Save our future. Sisihin ang dapat sisihin. Dahil sila ang bulag sa edukasyon sa Pilipinas, huwag sisihin ang mga bagets kung hindi nila kilala ang gumbursa. Sisihin ang matatanda na nagtanggal sa kasaysayan sa curriculum. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, affirmative side. Tama rin naman. Di ba, Kuya Roy, hindi naman lahat ng estudyante katulad nga ni Vice Ganda. Because we're all different. We have different strengths and weaknesses. Pero ano ba talaga? Kuya Roy, may masasabi ka ba?
That is right. So, Actually, nagde-debate na nga rin yung mga viewers sa YouTube, no? And totoo naman, no, that there are really lots of things to consider, no? So, sabi nga rin kanina ng Spine Tribe, they are pointing out the retention, di ba? So, they are, they are pointing out yung individual differences nila. So, we should blame educational system. While Tail Tribe naman, ipinaglalaban nila that, 'di ba? Especially ang point nila kanina is about regarding the, let's say, the validity ng mga information na sinasabi kanina ng Spine Tribe regarding the, yun nga, yung not enough, 'di ba? So, napakaganda ng mga sagutan natin ng arguments dito, and ayan, 'di ba? Ang dami rin mga comments na nandito sa ating YouTube. Okay? Now, to conclude, okay, and to sum up all of your arguments, this is your last chance, debaters. Again, this is your last chance to prove your point and to go on your stand. Okay? Should we really blame the education system? Let us start with the opposing side for their closing statement. You have 3 minutes.
So for our closing statement, we still believe we still believe that passing the blame to our educational system is inappropriate, basically because blaming a big organizations for their responsibility made by some of its subjects lead us to believe in a fallacy, which is called hasty generalization, because it is not proven true and enough evidence to prove its reliability. This leads us to believe that students also play a big role in the teaching and learning process, and failure to their responsibilities may lead to the loss of chance in understanding and learning new ideas, especially about the importance of our past, which lead us to who we are as a nation. Students have become invested into exploring technologies and using them more than they need, that they tend to rely on what they see rather than what they need to know. Given the availability of information and resources, the emergence of different fake news, which were considered truth by the majority, limits the students' view of what is factual and valid. The responsibility and lack of control and motivation of each student to learn their past, it is a big factor that leads to ignoring what they need to know, considering the topics as irrelevant and unimportant. This leads to the long-term problem of not knowing their identity as a Filipino citizen. We are responsible to what we want to learn and how we can achieve or get the knowledge we want to acquire. The educational system only offers us possibilities and ways to acquire knowledge. It is our choice whether to grab and learn from they offer or ignore their ways and do what we want and blame them, which we believe is biased and responsible for the choices determines the path that we want to go to, and we ourselves are the one responsible for that and not the educational system.
As the famous Chinese proverb says, teachers open the door, but you must enter by yourself. Learners should have thirst for knowledge and must not rely on the things that teacher offer. And for the meantime, I just would like to clarify, hindi po tinanggal ang Philippine history na subject. Thank you.
Okay, again, that's it for the Tail Tribe on their closing statement. Well emphasized, napakaganda ng paglalatag ng points. Thank you so much, Tail Tribe. Now, to give their last blow for this debate, last statement to conclude and to go on your stand, we have the affirmative side or the Spine Tribe.
So, good afternoon once again, everyone. Um, so, ibabalik ko lang yung sinabi ko sa opening statement that dun uh, sa ginawang survey for the public schools, um, sabi doon that the 53% of students were not sure if they could learn the competencies set by the DepEd and for their grade level under distance learning and online learning, distance learning rather. And only 7 in 10 were confident of finishing the school year. Dito pa lang natin makikita na na yun, na masyadong na sobrang poor na educational system natin. That kailangan magkaroon ng mga iba pang mga ways ang ahensya ng pamahalaan to find para magkaroon ng learning ang mga bata. For example na lang ditong history. And as a future teacher, sabi nga, ang motto natin dito is no student left behind. And and with that, we should view this as alarming and not hasty generalization. The fact that the student is having a hard time to know that the basic event in history, that is already the basis of educational that is a basis already of educational system is not being enough. Nakikita natin yan sa mga kapaligid natin. Even our, for example, mga kapatid natin na nag-aaral in elementary schools or junior high school. Yun lang. That our side, we are firmly believe that we should blame the educational system. Thank you.
You still have time? Maybe you want to add something pa? Spine Tribe?
In addition lang. So, nandito tayo sa panahon ng pandemic. Wherein, syempre, nag-implement tayo ng online and modular distance learning. So, syempre, as a student, hindi naman natin natututunan ang mga bagay-bagay. Hindi naman natin madaling natututunan ang mga bagay-bagay sa online and the modular distance learning. Kailangan, syempre, kailangan natin bumalik sa kung saan dapat nasaan tayo nag-aaral. Ilang po.
Okay, thank you so much, Luis, and thank you so much, Spine Tribe, for your closing statement. And kitang-kita mo naman, Charmaine, that all of our debaters talagang hanggang dulo ay ninindigan sa kanilang stand on this debate. And siguro lahat din tayong papaisip, no, talaga, sino ba talaga ang dapat sisihin, no, kung bakit kaya ganito yung naging result ng PBB History Quiz, no? How about you, Charmaine? What are your comments sa ating first session?
Ang masasabi ko lang, Kuya Roy, na dahil sa kanilang pagbabatuhan ng kanilang mga points, hindi ko na talaga alam kung sino ba dapat sisihan. Dapat ba talaga may sisihin tayo sa pangyayaring ito? And I don't know what to say, Kuya Roy. So, atin nang simulan ng ating session 2. Are you ready?
Ayan. So, bago yan, no, siguro yung ating judge, no, si Doxy siguro nahihirapan na rin on judging. But congratulations muna to all our debaters, no, Spine Tribe and Tail Tribe. You did a good job on debating, no, at ipinaglaban. And I believe kasi, kung di ako nagkakamali, they are only given around 24 hours, kung di ako nagkakamali, para pag-aralan yung kanilang side itself. Because kung di ako nagkakamali, they have 48 hours, no, parang 2 days to study the topic, and then 24 hours, doon lang binigay yung kanilang side. So, given that short span of time, I believe we had a great fight, no? Fight talaga, no? Pero we had a great discourse. We had a great debate this time, no? So, our debate session 1, I think that's a good start for our Gurolympics debate competition elimination rounds. Ngayon, ayan, so congratulations ulit sa Spine Tribe and Tail Tribe. Now, while we are waiting for our debate session 2 between Fang Tribe and Talon Tribe, ayan, ang dami na ring supporters sa YouTube ng Fang Tribe and Talon Tribe. So, syempre, we would validate muna yung scores and syempre, magpe-prepare pa yung ating mga debaters. So, cheer lang ng cheer ang ating mga supporters sa YouTube because we will be back in a few minutes for our debate session 2 between Talon Tribe and Fang Tribe.
They say a school is just a four-walled space, but I will prove you wrong. Our faculty is not just a room, but a home filled with great people with different intelligences. This is a home that instills the notion that being a teacher is not just a profession, but it is a passion to teach your students to do greater and be greater through our mighty pillars, such as our beloved family and our beloved enduring activities and programs that will surely make you believe in the power of education. If you were asking, who are we? We are the College of Education.
Well, taking this path gave me a lot of realizations, including those best things that happened to me in this journey. But I will just give 3 best things that totally made me pursue this career. First, College of Education gave me an undeniably satisfying learning experience. It fulfilled my needs and lapses. It even honed my skills in different or in many aspects, mainly on how to be committed on this career and also on how I will be more competent and compassionate despite the hardships that I will face in the future. Secondly, it enlightened my goals in life. It made me realize that there are a lot of things to be grateful for. And that leads me to the third best thing that College of Education gave me. And that is, it showed me my purpose, why I'm in this career. One beautiful thing is that I'm destined to be in this teaching profession to foster the beauty of education and how those kids in the future need to be educated to have a better future in life. So, these are the best that I've gained in the College of Education.
Aside from the teachings and knowledge I gained from the Faith College of Education, I think that the biggest thing that the Faith College of Education gave me is the opportunity and chance to expand myself, to explore my talents and my capabilities outside of volleyball, to share it to others and be able to showcase it to the world. Ever since I was a child, I had a dream of becoming a teacher, of touching the lives of many students, one student at a time. And now, I am 2 years away from that dream, and I owe it a lot to the Faith College of Education.
Here's how Faith Co-Ed carries out today's distance education. Under the distance learning setup, the College of Education adheres to the responsible school opening for tertiary students of the institution. The school puts 2 modalities, online distance learning and modular distance learning. For students who chose to study through online distance learning, they have synchronous and asynchronous schedules. Synchronous learning or online real-time class interaction is done through Google Meet. Meanwhile, asynchronous or classes without real-time instructor-led interaction allow the students to work at their own pace or be engaged in self-directed learning. For our modular distance learning component, students are given self-learning modules or e-learning materials. At Faith Co-Ed, no students are left behind. The college makes sure that the students' needs are addressed in a way that will allow them to learn comfortably amidst the challenges of this new setup.
My online learning experience was quite challenging since I have to be flexible in order to adapt to this kind of modality. And sometimes I feel so stressful because of the amount of activity I have to do. But thanks to the College of Education and professors, they are all trying to provide us enough time to submit our activities, and at the same time, they are ready to provide us good quality education despite of this kind of modality which is online. So in the end, I was able to cope up, enjoy, and be used to my daily routines. So the advice that I can share with you is to participate in your synchronous classes and do not hesitate to ask for clarifications or even share your ideas. And always remember that time management is very important, that you have to set plans or schedules for your activities and at the same time eliminate distractions for you to have focus on your activity. And lastly, be proactive in asking for help because trust me, you really need help.
The warmest welcome I've ever felt in my life was when I first got to Faith College of Education as a freshman student, or as a freshie as they call it. And online learning was a challenge for all of us back then, but our seniors never made us feel that way. They were there to guide us along the way. And as they graduate, I expect them to still remain compassionate, competent, and committed as future teacher leaders.
When I started here, I remember being nervous of what can I do to make an impact in the school like my seniors did. Reminiscing those times made me realize that I had to put a wall of high standards towards my upperclassmen. Being as competitive and more advanced on leadership are the characteristics I expected from them. They became my inspiration to lead a community with passion and grace.
Hello, this is your Kuya Manuel. So what you can expect to your upperclassmen is that first, we will genuinely help and support you in any way possible. Second, we will let you feel that you completely belong to the co-ed family. Lastly, but certainly not the least, is that we will help you bring out the future leaders in you by guiding you along the way.
Ayan. So, we are
Ayan,
back.
kakatapos lang natin, Kuya Roy, sa... Yes, we are back. Kakatapos lang natin, Kuya Roy, sa mainitang labanan ng Tail Tribe and Spine Tribe. Now, we will be seeing the power that the Fang Tribe and the Talon Tribe have. Di ba, Kuya Roy?
Yes, tama yan. So, I believe marami na rin tayo ditong supporters. Ayan, ang dami na ditong nag-aabang. Kasi kanina ang ingay na ng Fang Tribe and Talon Tribe. Ngayon, mas full support na sila kasi syempre mga katribo na nila ang lalaban for our debate session 2. Ayan, ni Kinetics since day 1 daw. Ayan, may supporters na. Ayan,
Wow,
so,
naman.
ayan. Sige, tara natin magbasa ng comments. Ayan, OMG
Okay,
Teacher
go.
Manuel daw. O, diba? Kasi may video si Sir Manuel kanina. Ayan. Sige, sino pong gusto mo? Ayan, Talon Tribe for the
win. Okay. This comment is from Aris Teodosio. Jump high, Talon Tribe. God bless teacher Rose Ann, Carlos, Dean, and Jay. Aba naman, talaga namang meron tayong mga supporters dito at talagang 100% na binibigay nila ang kanilang mga suporta sa kanilang mga tribes.
That is right, ayan. So, ang dami na excited ngayon because, ayan na, maglalaban na. Isa sa mga inaabangan din na debate session is, of course, the debate between Fang Tribe and Talon Tribe. Okay? Ayan, so, just a reminder for everyone, please stick with us until the end because we will be announcing the winners after our second session. Yes, you heard right. We will be announcing live kung sino po sa apat na tribes ang maglalaban, ang magka-clash sa ating debate finals. Kaya dyan lang kayo dahil i-announce namin yan later after our debate session 2. Ayan. So, ang daming mga comments, Charmaine, di ba? Ang daming supporters ng bawat tribe.
True, Kuya Roy. Actually, naglalag nga ako para lang basahin yung mga comments na nandito. Okay, ayan, ang daming talon, ang dami ding Fang tribe. Okay. We will be seeing kung sino ba talaga ang pinaka makapangyarihan sa dalawang tribo, 'di ba?
That's right, no? So, for the information of everyone, especially yung ating mga first year students, no? Ang Fang Tribe, di ba, as you know naman ang ating overall champion last year. And sila rin, di ba? Sila rin ang nakapasok sa finals last year. The last year's finals is between Fang Tribe and Tail Tribe. Yes, be a generalist versus BSE Math. Kaya syempre, mukhang ilalaban ulit ito ng Fang Tribe no, or ng BN. Pero syempre, magpapatalo
Yes.
ba ang Talon Tribe?
Mapapanatili ba ng Fang Tribe ang kanilang titulo o kaya ay mapupunta ito sa ating mga kalaban or sa ibang mga tribes, okay? So we will be seeing them. Kaya
That
be
is
with us po
right.
up until the end.
Yes, stick with us, okay? So before we start our debate session to, syempre we want to assure everything is fine, no? Bago tayo mag-start, so we will be having a mic test first, no? Technical check para sa ating debaters for debate session 2. So may I call on sa stream natin ang ating affirmative side, okay, which is the Talon Tribe. Tama po ba yan? Let's have the Talon Tribe on our stream. Let's see if okay ba? Working ba ang kanilang mga microphones? Handang-handa na ba sila? Okay, ayan. So let's have muna si Rose Ann. Rose Ann, mic test tayo.
Hello po, mic test. Mic
Ayan.
test, mic test.
Ayan, mukhang ready naman pala si Teacher
ready
Rose.
siya,
And
Kuya
how about,
Roy.
yes, di ba? Okay,
How about Dean from the Talon Tribe?
Hello po, good afternoon. Mic test.
Ayan, okay. And for the last, from the Talon Tribe, Kuya Carlos Gumbak, would you like to unmute your
Hello,
microphone?
good afternoon po. Rinig po ba ako?
Yes
Okay,
po,
ayan.
loud and clear.
Working well. Yan. So lahat ng ating members or lahat ng ating debaters from Talon Tribe, mukhang okay ang kanilang connection at naririnig natin sila ng maayos. Siyempre, ang daming supporters ng Talon Tribe. No? Isang message naman dyan, Rose Ann, sa mga supporters nyo. Ayan.
Ayan, so good afternoon, Talon Tribe. Watch us as we conquer and overcome the Fang Tribe. Bye-bye!
Ay, grabe naman. Palaban na palaban.
Grabe pasabog
Ayan.
yung sinasabi niya, Kuya Roy eh.
Oo,
Pasabog.
yan. Sige,
Hintayin
may tawagin
natin
mo na yung ating
sasabihin din
next
ng
tribe.
Fang Tribe. Okay, and now let me call on the participants from the Fang Tribe. Alright. Ayan, we have here Miss Nikisha Makam, Mr. Rodnick, and Mr. Kakao. Okay, so let's start with Miss Nikisha. Would you like to open your microphone for mic test?
Hi po. Rinig po ako.
Yes po, yes po. Okay, thank you. And now, let's proceed kay Mr. Rodnick.
Hello, mic test.
Okay, loud and clear. Thank you so much. And Mr. Kakao, mic test po.
Hello. Rinig po ba?
Ayan, napakalinaw. Mukhang ready na ang ating Fang Tribe for our debate session 2. And sino sa inyong gusto magbigay naman ng message para sa mga supporters
Nag-message
nyo?
kanina ang ating isa pang tribe. So, what can you say sa kanila naman?
Kuya Lloyd, ikaw na, nahihiya ako.
Ayos, yun. Yun, salamat sa support ng Fang Tribe and good luck sa Talon Tribe. Kailangan nyo yun.
Oh my God, grabe naman. Simula.
Nararamdaman mo ba yung init, Kuya Roy, dito? And participants
Totoo.
ng audience natin, nararamdaman nyo ba yung nagbabagal ngayon?
Grabe, simula pa lang, nag-iinit na ang laban.
Wala pa
Ito yung gusto
yan.
ko, diba? Simula pa lang, Parang kinakabahan ako. Parang ayoko na mag-moderator dito. Kinakabahan na ako. Thank you so much, Fang Tribe, for that. And I believe
Okay.
nagwawala na rin ang supporters nila sa YouTube. Ayan, seems like all of their microphones are working. Nakita na natin sila. I think it is safe to say we will now be starting our debate session 2.
I second the motion. And with that saying, let us start the debate elimination round, session 2.
Okay, our debate session 2 is between the Talon and the Fang Tribe Warriors, BSc English versus BEd Generalist.
And they will be talking and debating about the recent issues about the arts in the classroom. Should we integrate arts in all subject areas, or should we have a separate subject for it?
That is right. So for those who for those for another information lang of just here is a short background regarding our topic. In the Philippines, current curriculum, art subject is an existing separate learning area. However, many of us not know that there is also another curriculum that requires teachers to integrate arts in all the subjects, especially in primary to secondary school or secondary level. It is known as the Arts Integration Curriculum. Notwithstanding its existence, only a few use arts integration curriculum due to some disadvantages, as others claim that learning for the sake of arts is being diminished. On the other hand, a number of studies suggest that arts integration has positive results in the success of learning process, for it enables the authentic understanding of contents for all subjects, thereby prioritizing higher order thinking skills. With this, should arts be integrated into all learning areas or should it function as a separate subject?
That's it. So, to all our viewers on YouTube, what is your stand on this topic? The question is, should we integrate arts or not?
That is right. Please make use of our chat section on YouTube for your insights on this issue. And again, please practice respect and etiquette at all times.
For the affirmative side, we have the, the Talon tribe.
Okay, let's see. Sino ba ang members ng Talon Tribe? Okay, for our Talon Tribe, we have Rose Ann Platon, we have Carlos Gumbok, and also we have Dean Villanueva. Ayan. Nandito ulit sila. Ayan. Kaway naman ulit kayo sa inyong mga supporters. I think nagkaroon lang ng problem with Carlos but babalik din yan. Okay. Thank you so much, Talon Tribe. Now, Fam Tribe will be taking the opposing side. Okay? Fang Tribe is composed of our B.Ed generalist. We have Vivienne Mendoza. And for now, we have three debaters, Rodney Lucido, Nikisha Makam, and John Lloyd Cacao. Kaway ulit naman kay John sa inyong supporters. Ayan. Okay. Thank you so much, Fang Tribe. Jermaine? Okay, so I think we are all set. Handa na ang lahat. Handa na ang cheerers. Handa na rin ang debaters. Let us start the debate session 2. Talent Tribe believing that we should integrate versus Tail Tribe who believes that we should not and have a separate subject for that. Let the battle begin. We will be starting our debate with the opening statement from the Talent Tribe. You have 5 minutes for your opening statement, and your timer will begin once you start speaking.
Good afternoon. Let me ask you a question. What is the reality of art subject now in our education? Art subject is a component in MAPE, music, arts, PE, and health. And these components are being taught by one teacher, one component per week. For instance, the setup would be this week we will tackle music. Next week would be arts. And the following week would be PE and so on. Or maybe one component is taught per day in a week. But the question is it enough? With this pressing issue, we strongly believe that separate arts subject is not enough to foster art appreciation. Now more than ever, our education system should put more emphasis on arts integration. Here's why. First, integrating arts in our classroom and across subject areas is beneficial not only to teachers and their instruction, but also to the learning and acquisition of the students. Teachers can best deliver instruction with arts as an assistive tool to help students understand difficult and abstract concepts. Many researchers support that children learn best in an integrated way. Arts integration can help them develop critical thinking skills, to develop higher order thinking skills, creativity, and innovation. Using arts, they can also easily grasp and comprehend the lesson, and more likely they will improve their retention. Second, more arts interaction and integration equates to more art appreciation. The frequency of exposure of students to learning through arts and being immersed in activity that liberate them to use their creativity can help foster and develop the students' art appreciation and skills. Furthermore, is the undeniably positive benefits of contextualization in arts rather. Concepts and terms related to arts that we study in arts subject can better be understood with the help of other subject areas as our context. Those abstract concepts such as the principles of arts, art theories, the principles of design such as balance, texture, and contrast, we can gain more meaning and purpose as to why we need to study them when we integrate these concepts into various learning areas such as in English, science, history, and even mathematics. Arts integration can transform content learning. When we integrate arts in the classroom, imagine the transformative and promising results that it can bring to teaching and learning process. It can increase learners' participation. It can encourage more self-expression and improve their skills. These I know are not revelatory, but imagine the impact that it will bring on the learning outcomes of the students, as well as the influence of arts integration on their academic performance, for example, as well as their academic achievement. Therefore, we firmly stand to integrate arts in the classroom to further learn it in a purposeful way and become our means to continuously provide students with meaningful learning experiences. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, you still have 50 seconds, but I think that's it. Very nice and very elaborate opening statement from the talent tribe. No? So they are talking about how arts can be functional no, on different subject areas, which I think is also a great way, no? But we can only achieve this if we integrate arts on different subjects. But of course, how can we foster or deepen our knowledge in arts if we don't have a separate subject for that? And I think that is the point that we will be hearing from the opening statement of the opposing side. So calling on the Fan Tribe for their opening statement, and you have 5 minutes. Again, your timer will start once you begin speaking. Go on.
Hello, guys. So, excellence is an aim of education, so never settle for less. Echoing the experience of many fellow art teaching colleague stories, encourage us to champion and defend the importance of role of art in classroom, commonly seen as a soft subject. Art is often considered to be mere frill, judged only on its creative merit. Art is a one first subject to be marginalized in curriculum changes, like what you've said, and frequently misunderstood. Whilst we strongly believe art is and should always remain foremost creative subject, to truly excel and appreciate and become enriched by and produce meaningful art, like what you've said. Students require more than just ability to be creative. It is time to appreciate the value of art as an academic subject to ensure the status of quality of art in school. Art is a wholesome form of expression for children as they possess healthy imagination. Crafting arts will allow them to utilize their imagination, which is a very important factor in children's development as it fosters cognitive and social development. Art is also a simple way to for a child can accomplish something where they can receive instant appreciation for adults that matters to them. We, Bachelor of Elementary Education, are trained to be competent, full of compassion and commitment, to be competent in teaching all subjects, to be full of compassion in understanding multiple intelligence, talents, and skills of pupils inside a four-wall class, and to be committed in delivering great lessons with all our best. We are taught that lesson plans should be well-groomed, whether it is math or music. We are taught to never neglect any subject, whether it is a major subject or not. We are taught that all subjects should have equal emphasis. We are taught to never belittle a subject. We are taught to master all subjects. We are taught to teach quality education, not to create a learning environment that limits the abilities of students. We, teachers, are entitled to deliver not just better, but the best lessons that we can do. So why would we settle for less if we can maximize the lesson in art, in very beautiful subject? If we're going to integrate art in some subjects, we are belittling art. We are just compromising its features, forms, and possibilities, which we should never do because art is a subject and not a bad pedagogy to teach a subject. If you give a task to draw something in your science subject and have set of rubrics when only focus on the beauty of the drawing and your science lesson, then it is and then you are belittling the features of the drawing. In the same situation, you're not producing a great criteria because drawing is more than just a scrabble of lines and shape. Drawing is an art and it is complex. If you're gonna create a task involving art, you should first start to teach art. So students who don't understand its context will never get left behind. So how can you manage your time to teach how to draw while teaching your science lesson alongside compromising students who are not fast-paced and just a whole 1 hour of lesson with unexpected situation based on my understanding. So art subject is important. Teaching and implementing art should be holistic, not snippets. According to the University of Mississippi, 62% of teaching personnel within their university who are teaching art believe that art integration causes drawbacks, which are having time constraints. Concerning the preparation of planning of work and creating art-integrated lessons, they seem so feel that they will integrate art more than they currently do if they have more time to prepare. So they believe that they should have a art class which focuses on the given matters that I've said earlier. This is a big majority and emphasize that time continues to be one of the biggest constraints that teachers feel in relation to their abilities to integrate others. Picasso never formed by just a bite of knowledge. He is formed holistically by great pedagogies, technique, and strategies of his father as his great instructor of art subject, who believed that proper training required discipline, copying of masters and drawing and human body for plaster cast and live models, like Picasso. So art should not be dismantled over art integration alone. Art is a subject and should always be a subject. So we should win this battle of keeping the art subject in curriculum because we are great teachers, not weaklings. That's all for us. Thank you.
Wow, a very passionate opening statement from the Fang Tribe. Grabe. Tumataas na yung balahibo ko ngayon. Opening statement pa lang, grabe na ang labanan ng Fang Tribe at ng Talon Tribe. And grabe, no? Grabe ang arguments nila. And Fang Tribe believes that we should have a separate subject because arts also has its own field, 'di ba? May kailangan ma-develop na yung depth, no, or kumbaga ma-develop or ma-learn ng mga students yung mga concepts na sa arts lang ang dinidiscuss. And I totally agree with that, 'di ba? So ano ba talaga?
Yes.
Should we integrate arts in the classroom, Charmaine?
Yes, I agree with everything that you've said, Kuya Roy. Fang Thrive, your informations are all exquisite. Yung diin are all points. And also, the Talon Tribe gave their points really, the Talon Tribe gave their points really good. So now, let's proceed for the presence of the affirmative side for their further arguments and rebuttal. You have 4 minutes and your timer will start now.
Hello, good afternoon. I am audible. Integration of arts makes in various subjects makes students participate more in class. A report by American for the class of arts states that arts integration results in more academic achievement. Participation in math and science or to win an academic or award writing an essay or a poem. Through art integration, students will sooner realize that there can be a lesson learned by making mistakes. It helps them to be prepared in taking necessary risks and can help improve their socialization. When arts integrated, they do not have to wait next 3 weeks or week just to learn an art. When art is integrated, students will have more exposure to arts, and through this, we can develop arts appreciation. According to the study of Moses 2020, when the arts become embedded into teaching and learning, the school become a center of discovery. Arts change not only the school culture, but also the students' attitude. The result of this transformation is a renewed interest in academic and improved overall performance. Thank you.
We are also not trying to undermine or disregard art when we push art integration, but rather we're giving it more emphasis and more recognition when we put arts where it should belong. We are trying to contextualize art in order to give it the proper nature where it belongs. And if we're talking about lack of time and preparation, isn't it part of the roles of the teachers in preparing the lesson and instructional materials to consider the feasibility of the lesson? Why would a teacher deliver a lesson that is not feasible and does not adhere to the principles of SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bounded, which I assume you should know? Unless we are prepared to fail in our instruction, we can prepare lessons with art integration that are achievable and attainable. Integration of arts also does not take a long time to implement because art integration goes beyond embedding arts and art concepts into a particular curriculum or subject, but rather art integration can simply be a method of learning in an interactive way. Now, you also say never settle for less without actually knowing that there is less comprehension to be taken with a separate art subject. Why? Because you're clumping up all of these different art forms that can otherwise be contextualized and put where they belong. And when you clump them up without any relation to each other, then there is very little comprehension compared to when we integrate it. Appreciation can only be achieved in its utmost form to integration and contextualization. Emphasis, as you say, is a very major concern in this topic, but you should also know that emphasis is further achieved if we put art where it truly belongs in the proper context. Great teachers move forward. You say you want to be great teachers, but your push to not integrate arts is a testament to your lack of dedication to moving forward, given that you may have not seen the possibilities arts integration can bring to the table when compared to art separation. Competence involves being willing to compromise in order to achieve further heights. That's all po.
We still have 26 seconds. Let's maximize.
In addition na lang, so we are not removing arts and education. And just like you, the opposing side, we believe and we recognize the importance of arts in the classroom. That is why when it is integrated in the classroom, the more we will foster and develop arts appreciation.
Okay, thank you so much, Talon Tribe. Everything's detailed and truly a rock coming from the affirmative side. Once again, thank you. And now, calling the presence of the opposing side for their further arguments and rebuttal. You have 4 minutes, and your timer will start now.
Okay. Okay. You mean well and you have a massive point. But I believe that the effect of your proposed integration will be the opposite. Let's break it down. Art integration means putting it in a position where it is an aid to teach another subject. Medyo dual purpose. Let's say cell reproduction. Yeah, let's say cell reproduction. Then you're going to teach the topic by using paper mache. Those two topics are entirely different. Where is the science teacher going to focus on? Teaching paper mache? We have been crafting lesson plans since the first year. We should know by now that we have CAP as objectives, namely cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Lesson plans also have time frames. We cannot bring time management into the table. Won't you agree that time management is a misnomer? A productivity expert and author named Jordan Cohen, who wrote Make Time for the Work That Matters, said that it's not about time, it's about productivity. As students, I'm sure that we can all relate to cramming tasks. After being given a big assignment with lots of time allotted to do it, we still choose to do it when the clock is ticking. It is a battle of productivity. Forcing the students to create an artwork that is of quality while expecting them to learn another subject at the same time will only ever bring you mediocrity in both sides. And that is not what we wish to pass on to our students. Thank you.
Hello. Adding to that is my connotation here. It sounds to me that you're a little biased about your course because you're a little biased and you do not care about enough about other subject like not like us PE Ed. We are focusing on all subject matters including art, music, PE, health and other subjects because we are BE Ed. We are taught to be strong. We are taught to have bravery in and full of intelligence and innovativeness in making a great lesson. So pag minamaliit mo ang isang subject, isang maliit ka na din na teacher. Kasi kung wala kang alam tungkol sa subject na yun, hindi mo mapapalawak yung subject na yon, edi parang wala ka naling nalaman dito sa College of Education. And we Bachelors of Education, we are entitled to do research, to do study well about all subjects. And kung hindi nyo narinig kanina, I have given an example of a class wherein a teacher are having a science subject. Pagkatapos yung sa science subject na yon, ang daming nangyayari. Siyempre, mako-compromise yung features na pwedeng maibigay ng art subject na ituturo sa art subject doon sa art integration na sinasabi nyo kanina. So, minamaliit nyo kanina yung MAPE kasi nga, sobrang onte daw ng oras na nabibigay. So, hindi yun kasalanan ng arts. Kasalanan yun ng teacher. Kasi kung ang teacher magaling yan, ituturo niya ng maayos lahat ng pwede niya ituro sa art, mamahalin ng estudyante ang art. Pag minahal ng estudyante ang art, gaganda ang buhay ng estudyante kasi given a fact by University of Mississippi in 2020 that 62% of their teachers are saying art integration have so many drawbacks that it leads for students not having enough grades or kumbaga mas bumababa kasi nahihirapan sila sa mga integration na sinasabi nyo kanina. Ayun nga, given this fact, 94% ang kanilang vote for that. Adding to that, Lloyd, do you have something to add?
Ayun, anyway, thank you for Carlos telling us what SMART stands for. Ang galing. Anyway, integration, equal participation. Kung ilalagay sa case natin, sa integrate, sinasabi nyo na pantay lang dapat ang mangyayari sa flow ng class or sa isang session, which will be biased since they are only inculcating the strategy of being creative. Art is a subject, not a strategy. Kaya paano management ng isang teacher teaching two subjects with a time frame to obey and with an objective to achieve? Yan.
Okay, thank you so much for that opposing side. It's hard to express what I wanted to say. Most especially, I don't want to look biased. So speaking of bias, I don't want it to look biased and to be judged because I'm from the funk tribe. However, all in all, everything's undeniably awesome.
That is right, Shermino. Grabe ang batuhan ng arguments. Very elaborate, talagang sunod-sunod ang arguments, and I believe lahat ng ating debaters ay naghanda talaga. No? Hindi sila sumabak sa debate na ito ng walang baon. And thank you so much, debaters, for that very, let's say, rich debate or discourse. Okay? So just a reminder for our debaters, we should always stick to our subject or to our topic. Our topic is integrating arts in the classroom. Should we integrate or should we have a separate subject for that? Okay, again, reminder that we should only stick to our topic. Also, another reminder, all of the topics, all of the arguments, and all of the things that we have discussed on the first part of our debate will only be entertained on our next part of our debate. Again, lahat lang po ng mga diniscuss natin ng mga arguments, yun lang po ang pwede natin gamitin for our debate session na part 2 later after our recess. Okay? Speaking of recess, we will be having a recess for 8 minutes para makapag-prepare po ng rebuttals ng ating mga debaters. Okay, so we will be back. We have 8 minutes break.
We are back, future teachers. Kamusta kaya ang recess ng ating mga participants? How about ang ating mga viewers? Kayo ba ay nabusog sa debate na nangyari kani-kanina lang? Well, let's just sit back and relax dahil sigurado ako kami dalawa ni Kuya Roy na mabubusog ulit tayo sa mga panibagong information and points that the Spang tribe and the Talon tribe will be spilling for us.
That is correct, Charmaine, because for this part of our debate, we will be having the rebuttals. Okay, the rebuttals will be, okay, we will not be adding new information now, so we will be having the rebuttal without adding new information and also their rebuttals. At for sure, naghanda do for that recess of 8 minutes. I believe walang nag-recess sa ating mga debaters because I believe all of them ay talagang nag-prepare at naghanda kung paano nila ilalatag ang mga arguments nila against, of course, their competitors. Ayan, mukhang ready na ang ating mga debaters. Pero before that, siguro, check muna natin. Baka hindi pa tapos mag-recess yung ating mga viewers. Hello sa Talon Tribe at sa Fang Tribe. Buhay pa ba kayo, YouTube viewers natin? Ayan, sabi ni Jane, 3 minutes feels like forever already. It's like waiting for a storm to arrive. 'Di ba? Kung isipin mo, yung, di ba
Yes.
Charmaine, yung 2 minutes or yung 3 minutes, parang saglit lang yun. Pero as we can see, di ba, punong-puno ng arguments ang
Sobrang
ating
daming
debate kanina.
arguments. Yes, correct, Kuya Roy. Ayan. We can see sa ating screens, meron tayong mga supporters coming from different tribes. Ayan. Okay. Again from Jane, tatalon para sa tagumpay. Okay.
Ayan, mukhang hindi rin ata nag-recess ang ating participants sa YouTube. Mukhang talagang inabangan nila kung paano kayo magiging sagutan ng ating mga debaters for our second part of our debate. Okay, ready na ba ang ating mga debaters? Can I see a go signal from our organizers or debaters? Are we ready to start? Handa na ba? Okay, ayan. Okay, so I think we are now ready. So we will be starting with further arguments or rebuttal without adding new information. Again, rebuttal without adding new information for 3 minutes, starting with our opposing side. Your time will start once you begin speaking.
Hi, okay. While I understand that the affirmative side wishes to expose arts more in by integrating them in different subjects, uh, I can I have noticed that it actually sounds to me like you are focusing on quantity over quality, because teaching arts in different subjects, not really teaching arts, it's not really teaching arts, it's integrating arts in another subject, which, integration means parang nagkakapit ka ng smaller thing to a bigger thing, parang you're merely using art as a strategy to teach another subject, which shouldn't happen, kasi art should be a subject, it shouldn't be a strategy. And kagaya nga nung sinabi ko kanina, kapag in-expect natin yung bata na gumawa ng artwork na they have no knowledge about, let's say, I'm a future elementary teacher, so I'm going to use primary colors, secondary, and tertiary colors. Let's say, using in that context, di ba, first grade yata or kindergarten, we're teaching primary color, secondary, and tertiary. We're not going to teach that in other subjects. We're going to teach, let's say, for English class. Ay tuturo natin sa English class is yung language, right? Language, reading, ganyan. We're not going to teach how to mix primary colors. Maybe we are going to integrate that, but we're never going to teach that. Parang, it's not enough. It's not enough to just integrate arts. There should be an art subject. Any additional information?
Ayun. Adding to that, like what I've said earlier, teachers need a conceptual toolkit, sabi nga nung University of Mississippi, to transform teaching capabilities and enabling cumulative knowledge building. And they told, they are such a big university, sabi ko nga kanina, na sila, kung sila ganun kalaki, madami na silang mga awards given because of their art emphasis, na sila pa yung nagde-disagree on art integration. Kasi nga, hindi na makakapag-focus dun sa art. Eh, sabi nga, sinasabi din doon that teachers also need planning, teacher also need time, teachers also need seminars, just like what we all do. Kasi nga, kami nag-practice teaching kami. We experience a lot during practice teaching. Like giving activities, and hindi yun kasya sa time na yun. At tulad nung situation ko, ganun din yung nangyari sa University of Mississippi. Kaya majority, tayo nga, 94% of the teachers disagree on that notion. Kasi kulang sila sa oras. At kung kulang sila sa oras, ngayong 2020 ay ngayong kanilang naging sitwasyon. Kasi ang restrained yung mga bata to have time to study well. At kung restrained ang mga bata, paano sila matututo ng maayos? Ayan, kaya kailangan natin ng subject, 1 hour subject na magtuturo sa kanila ng mga ways, quality art, tulad yan ng sabi ni Nikki, kesa quantity. Ayun. Adding to that, Lloyd?
May time pa ba? May time pa ba?
Ayan, sorry for technical difficulty and thank you so much, Fang Tribe, for your rebuttal. Okay, so they are focusing on there are specific art concepts na hindi talaga natin pwedeng ituro lang sa isang subject lang, no? Like, just like what Iki said, it's about the colors and some other concepts na specifically for arts talaga. And I believe hindi talaga natin siya basta-basta pwede lang isingit, no? Sa ibang subjects. But, again, they are, meron ding point o meron ding ipoprove na point ang ating other side. So, let's have the rebuttal without adding new information from the affirmative side.
Okay, good afternoon again. The opposing side claimed that we are being biased with our major and we are focusing on the quantity rather than quality. But this is not correct. Just like we said, we are with you in recognizing the importance of arts in the classroom. But more importantly, we believe that the current situation of arts subject in the education system now is not enough. And to think that having a separate subject, art subject, would help is a weak and infirm point. When art is integrated, students do not have to wait next week or 3 weeks to learn arts. Art subject, when it is integrated, the concepts, the theories, the lessons, they can be learned through localization and contextualization of arts. John Dewey posited that we students or students best learn through learning by doing. Hence, when they are more involved in activities and if they participate in art integrated lessons, such as in science, English, math, even history, they will more likely appreciate and learn art. At the end of the day, the goal of art subject is not only for students to learn art skills or art concepts, but also to appreciate art, how they can apply this in real life situations and what is its relevance in their daily lives. And we can achieve or attain that through arts integration. The students regularly participating in art, such as in every subject, there is a high chance that we can foster not only their appreciation skills, but the quality of learning arts. Thank you.
I believe the opposition. I believe the opposition did not fully understand what we stand by when we mean contextualization. Take for example the scenario given by last round's argument. Like, if you're telling us that we're biased, then aren't you biased yourself by saying, ako, elementary teacher ako, so ganito. So let's put my argument that way. If you're going to teach English, as a competent English teacher, you're not, you know what you have to teach. You're not going to add colors, primary, secondary, tertiary colors to that because you know that is out of your field. You did not study that for 4 years to teach colors, di ba? So if we're trying to contextualize art through integration, you're going to integrate arts that actually matter to English. So literature is an art form. We have many successful Filipino poems, and then story writers. So ako, since alam ko na English teacher ako and a competent one, I would include the relevant pieces of art to my context. That's what we mean by contextualizing. We're not going to put all forms of art sa isang subject, di ba? Because that would be totally absurd.
Okay, time is up. Thank you so much, Talon Tribe, for your arguments. Very well elaborated, no? And I also agree that, as a 21st century teacher and also a learner, di ba? Yung mga learners, they should need, magiging quality yung ating education when they have yung relevance or yung, let's say, application ng arts, which I think is also a very important part when we are nourishing yung mga learners, di ba? Kailangan competent sila in a way that what they are studying is relevant, is may application talaga. Ayan, grabe yung mga arguments, Charmaine, di ba? Talagang inilalaban nila kung ano yung dapat, ano? What's your comment,
Yes,
Shirley?
Roy, our affirmative side proves their points talaga. And now, let us proceed for the opposing side. We have the rebuttal. It will take 1.5 minutes, and your timer will start when you're ready to speak.
Hello. So I will give you facts about why art education are so important these days. Na sobrang importante niya at dapat di siya binibelittle. Students with access to art education are 5 times less likely to drop out. How beautiful is that? Wala na magiging dropout. Sabi nga dito sa University of Mississippi. And art education often manage to reach students that will slipping through the cracks of school system. 4 times more likely to be recognized for academic achievement because of their co-curricular. Their co-curricular help them to have wage of knowledge, strengthening writing, reading, critical thinking, logic, and general cognitive skills by art. 3 times more likely to pursue bachelor's degree because of their influences given by art. 30% more likely to pursue professional career. Art education in elementary school and high school foster critical tool skills that are needed for professional jobs. At sabi nga, 72% of business leaders worldwide say that creativity is the number one skill that they seek when hiring. So that is how important art. Magkakameron pala tayo ng magagandang trabaho. They will hire us because of our creativity given by the art subject na tinuturo yung ways kung paano nga ba ang tamang arts or properties in arts. When art education is administered equitably, the gap between low-income and high-income students begin to close and students will access to art education score higher because of
Okay, thank you, our opposing side. Your time is up. Now let us call on the affirmative side. For the rebuttal, you have 1.5 minutes, and your timer will start when you're ready to speak.
So you think that we're belittling your art subject, but no, art integration is focus or give more exposure to the art. And because of art integration, it helps to foster the art itself, the skills, and the appreciation. Because of it gives more exposure, it means more exposure, more opportunities to foster their art appreciation. And you're talking about quality over quantity. Like, hello, do you know? Do you think that one meeting in a month is enough to appreciate or to build the foundation of what art really is?
we're giving or we're offering to the students a contextualized approach, unlike the separate your abstract approach. And by contextualizing, we're doing it, they learn it by doing. And with integration, it would be possible. Um, um, by art integration, all of that will be possible.
Do you want to add pa po? Talent, right?
Okay, thank you for our affirmative side. Kuya Roy, do you have something to say? Or wag na lang tayo mag-comment. Tuloy-tuloy na lang natin to.
Oo, no, grabe. They are very well elaborate no sa mga points nila. Talagang, alam na yung kinig sila because they are really, commenting dun sa mga arguments ng bawat side. Ayan. Okay, so now let's have our last chance for our debaters, for our tribes. This is now your last chance para ipaglaban ang stand nyo. Dapat ba talaga natin i-integrate ang arts sa classroom or dapat hindi natin to i-integrate? At dapat meron tayong separate subject for that. Okay? Now for your last blow, huling bira na ng Fang Tribe, you have 3 minutes for your closing statement. Your timer will start once you...
Okay. Behind the pieces of fully realized artwork created by students lies a complex process which is all taught in art subjects. From the conception of an idea based on a given theme to the final realization of an idea, students experience a complex journey. Development, personal research, analysis, refinement, and synthesis are just a few of the skills students acquire on the journey to successful realization of an idea in a span of time. For a student to fully develop an art project over a number of weeks or months in response to a given theme requires high levels of self-reflection, self-discipline, and independent thought lessons by lessons in art class. These are vital skills which would be prized by potential employers and benefit students throughout their lives, which would be a benefit of the separation of arts as a subject. Prancing with the thought that art should be integrated into every subject and not giving it the recognition it deserves as a subject itself makes us no better than the people who believes that careers that involves arts such as graphic design, animation, art directing, photography, and other art forms is a job for dreamers who would never get a serious job. We live in a country where pursuing a singing career is considered wasting time. As a future educator, it is not the mentality we wish to pass on to our future students. We are the hope of the future generation. We should not be caught dead trying to pass on the old thinking. Whilst I do not wish to change the way art is taught, I do feel that the core subject would only benefit if art is truly understood and is given equal status, provision, and recognition. Art has the ability to equip our learners with the skills and inclination to think deeply, becoming innovators, problem solvers, divergent thinkers, risk takers. Art is critical in developing a student's appreciation and understanding of the wider world. I believe that now is the time to open up a dialogue about art's place alongside the core subjects and not just a pedagogy that molds other subjects. Art is a subject and not a strategy. Thank you.
Try for that closing statement. Now let us hear the closing statement from the affirmative side, the talent tribe.
Okay. With all the propositions and the claims that have been stated in this discussion, it is more than established that integration is the more efficient, appropriate, and effective way of teaching arts. The benefits and possible breakthroughs that can be achieved from integrating arts interdisciplinarily within our curriculum have much more impact than the system we have today. Through the integration of arts, there will be more room for improvement in terms of art appreciation. As it stands, arts as a subject in our current educational system is not being taught in its full capacity. The misplacement of the different aspects of Philippine arts is a major drawback in the appreciation and understanding of the students towards it. Therefore, there is an apparent and concerning need for change. Integration will not only provide a long-term solution to that call, but also allow for the progression of students, teachers, and the educational scene in the Philippines. Without such changes to be applied, our education will remain stagnant, and our educational capabilities on a global scale will only continue to fall behind our neighboring countries. We have long established that the goal of education is to produce and nurture globally competent students. How sure are we that this goal will be realized if we do not answer the calls for change within the educational system? If we decide to prepare our students for the modern world and the future, then there is no benefit to them by staying where we currently stand. Again, we have been emphasizing this since the beginning. We do not aim to disregard the importance of arts, but rather further ensure that the rich history and nature of arts within the Philippines are imbued to the students through integration and contextualization. To end, separating arts in our curriculum has long been applied and yielded decent results. There is no guarantee that our current system of teaching arts is effective or will even continue to show even faint signs of effectiveness. Through the integration of arts in our curriculum, we'll be able to at least guarantee a more efficient, effective, and impactful system of teaching arts. What we call for here is not to try out new things for the sake of curiosity. We push the integration of arts with the backing of the Constitution, the demand for change within the educational system, and the future of the students themselves. This change that we direly need in our system can only be achieved through admitting that our current system is flawed and incompetent. Once you have come to accept that separation is far inferior to integration, then maybe, just maybe, you will start considering ways for far more sustainable than the ways we currently have that are just comfortable. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Talon Tribe, for your closing statement. And that's it, guys. That's the end of our debate session 2 with the topic integrating art in the classroom. Agree or disagree? That is between Talon Tribe and the Fang Tribe. Yes. Let's have a virtual clap to our debaters. Di ba, Charmaine? Talagang they really did a
Yes.
great job.
Truly, Kuya Roy, pinakita nila kung ano-ano nga ba talaga yung mga points at mga side na dapat maunawaan nating lahat.
That is right, grabe. And I think lahat ng YouTube viewers, yung viewers natin mag-agree na talagang sulit ang panonood natin ng ating debate for this afternoon. Even the debate session 1 and also the debate session 2, talagang very rich ang discussion, very nice arguments, very, very passionate debaters. Talagang naghanda, no? Hindi dito basta lang debate ng classroom debate or whatever.
Totoo, Kuya Roy,
Naghanda lahat
totoo.
ng ating debaters, tama. Ayan. So, ang dami nag-cheer sa ating YouTube and I believe lahat, no? Kung sino mang manalo, same with debate session and debate session 2. I think they both, all of them
Deserve.
actually,
All of them deserve.
tama,
Yes.
deserve. Tama
Deserve.
yan. Ayan. Okay. So to all our YouTube viewers, uh, wait lang po tayo ha. Let's, wait lang ha. Wait. Okay. So just a reminder to all our viewers, we will be announcing the winners today. Tonight. Or kung anong tonight na ba? Hindi pa pala gabi. Sorry. Ayan.
Today pa lang,
I-announce
Kuya Roy,
natin. Oo,
yes.
today pa lang pala. Oo. So stick with us. Okay? So, dito lang kayo. Huwag masyadong aalis. Okay, lilipat ang channel. Di ba, Charmaine?
Yes, that's correct. Huwag nyo kaming iiwan dito dahil malalaman natin maya-maya na lang kung sino ang mga nanalo para sa ating Session 1 at Session 2.
That is correct. At para malaman natin, di ba, sino kaya sa ating mga debaters ang lalaban for our finals this coming April 29, 2022. Ayan. Okay. So just a quick commercial lang, no? So posted on our the Faith Teachers League Facebook page, our scholarship, College of Education is open. So if you have friends or relatives na wanted to pursue education and you think has potential to be a teacher leader, 'di ba? So we have scholarship open. Sobrang dami nating scholarship. You would agree lahat tayo, 'di ba, scholar. So marami tayong open na scholarship. So please invite your relatives or your friends, 'di ba, Shermaine?
Yes, Free College of Education is waiting for you guys na lang. And we don't wag nating anuhin yung opportunity na ibinibigay o pinagkakaloob sa atin. So grab na grab dapat natin 'to.
That is correct, 'di ba? Sino ba, 'di ba, saan ka ba makakapulot ng scholarship, 'di ba?
True, Kuya Roy, true.
Totoo, 'di ba? Lahat
Tapos ang ganda
napakahirap
pa ng
ngayon.
Faith College talaga.
Totoo
So,
naman 'yan, 'di
sulit,
ba?
worth
From,
it.
'di ba? Totoo, from teachers to facilities to the environment to the learning experiences, 'di
Yes.
ba? Sobrang sulit. 'Di ba? Ikaw, Charmaine, as a first year, 'di ba? Alam mo naman na kung gaano kasulit or gaano kasaya dito sa Faith College of
Yes,
Education.
Kuya Roy, I'm a first year college student pa lang pero ang dami ko ng experiences and lalo na ngayon na it is my first time na mag-host sa debate. So, itong experience na to, talagang mabibigay pa ba to ng I don't know what to say, Kuya Roy. Basta I'm
'Di
so
ba?
thankful
Tama
na
'yan,
lang
no?
talaga.
Totoo,
Words
napakadaming
aren't enough
opportunities.
talaga.
Totoo yan. Ayan. So while we are waiting sa ating results, kaya dyan lang kayo guys, di ba? Para malaman nyo kung tried nyo ba ang nagwage. Okay? So we'll wait for the results. Antay-antay lang tayo dyan while we are tabulating, no, yung scores natin. And ayan, siguro magbasa muna tayo ng comments. Ayan, sige.
Yes.
Sino ba kami
Ready ako magbasa
pa-shout
ng
out
comments
dyan?
dyan.
Oo, tama mo kasi yung pa-shout
Shout
out
out,
dyan.
sige. Pwede naman tayo mag-shout out dito, ano?
Tama,
Sige, tingnan
ayan.
natin.
Ayan, ang dami. Talent Tribe. Ayan.
Yes, yan.
Fang
Fang
Tribe.
Tribe.
Totoo. At daming
At
talagang,
nakaka-lock pa sila, Kuya Roy.
totoo,
Talaga namang
parang,
hyper na hyper ang ating
totoo,
mga
parang pag binabasa mo,
manonood.
ramdam na ramdam mong nasigaw sila sa atin, no? Parang
True.
sinisigawan nila tayo eh.
Ang dami pang
Grabe.
exclamation point. Talaga namang
Totoo.
kitang-kita na siguro yung mga nang lalamunan ng mga ito. Kung
Totoo. Support ang ating mga, and nakakatawa
Yes.
to. As you can see, siguro on some other schools, siguro this was just a normal event. Pero as you can see, talagang todo support, lahat, wala naman sigurong College of Education student na walang ginagawa or walang pending na activities. Pero lahat nagbigay
True.
ng time para manood sa ating debate
Akalain mo, Kuya
session.
Roy, elimination pa lang to. Elimination pa lang to, hindi pa to finals. So, paano
Totoo.
kapag finals
Diba?
na?
Di ba kaya nga ako kinakabahan, Charmaine, para pag finals, di ba? Ano na lang
Yes.
gagawin natin sa finals? Grabe. Dito pa lang sa eliminations, nakita na natin ang kapasidad, no? Ang abilities ng teacher leaders. Actually, kulang. Kung may time pa nga sana tayo, mas mahaba sana yung debate session. Pero, di ba, on that short span of time, nakita natin kung gaano ka-prepared, gaano kahanda, or gaano talagang ka-competent, di ba? Ka-competent ang ating mga
Yes.
debaters.
And isingit ko lang din, Kuya Roy, na for our viewers, you can access our link for the scholarship application. Yan, nandyan lang po sa ating comment section. Okay. Huwag na natin
Yes.
itong anhin, yung opportunity na to.
Ayan. So, ayan o, si Ferry, may patambol pa siya. May tambol, tas may tilt. Parang ramdam na ramdam ko yung, yung lakas ng sigaw. Kung sakasakaling, kung face-to-face to, grabe
True.
siguro yung nangyayari. Malala. Malala to kung
Nagkakagulo na talaga tayo dito.
Totoo. Feel ko, magkakasigawan na tayong lahat kung ito ay... Feel ko mas may hirapan tayo mag-moderator kung face-to-face to eh.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi dito namumute natin sila, pero paano na, siguro, grabe
Siguro hindi
to
na tayo
pag
mapapakinig
face-to-face.
kung face-to-face to.
Totoo.
Mas malakas
Totoo
pa yung
yan.
sigawan nila.
Yes. Ayan. Ito na si Miss Jeline. Hi, Miss. Ayan.
Hello
Very
po.
supportive sa Tail Tribe. Ayan. Salamat. Okay. Ayan, Talon Tribe na yarn. Can't wait to hear namang rebut si Jane. Ayan, so I think Jane is the reserve player of Talon Tribe. Ayan, may virtual
Ayan, so
clap.
kaway-kaway
Palakpakan.
naman ang ating mga taga-Talon Tribe. Okay,
Ayan.
kaway-kaway din ang ating mga taga-Fang Tribe. Ayan, nandiyan pa sila.
Ayan. So, I think we have a short video na ipe-present muna na while we are waiting for our results. Okay, so here is a short video presentation bago tayo mag-proceed sa announcement of winners.
Sometimes this problems provides opportunity for you to grow.
Mga guro na pininda yung paano pero mas pinangkapitan yung bakit. So,
it's okay to be okay as long as you don't stop trying to be better along the way.
We are teachers, we are educators, we are designed to make a difference, and we are born to leave a mark.
You don't have to be perfect all the time. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to grow. Okay lang. So,
okay, so it's really important that you instill within you the humility. Okay?
Right? We believe, we behave, we act based on what always catches our attention. So,
do you want a ripple or do you want a wave?
And different is never equal to the word broken. Kaya lagi nating tatandaan na matures, we don't fix something that is not broken.
I can bring the horse to the river, but I cannot force the horse to drink. But in time, he gets thirsty. He then knows where the river is.
Teaching is one of the most rewarding profession. I believe that.
Ano ang saat? Big question. Para sa mga hindi pa alam magbaybay. Siyempre, ang sagot dyan, baybay.
Diba? Embrace creativity as part of learning. Kailangan natin yan bilang mga guro.
Let me just say that journalism shouldn't be neutral. You should be fair, you should be impartial, you should be objective, but that's not the same as being neutral.
Okay, so any of us can be a first aid responder. Okay, so
we cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails.
So lahat matatalino. Iba-iba lang tayo ng mga talents or gifts na meron tayo.
The aim of Gurolympics is to showcase yung knowledge, yung skills, yung talents ng college students. And I believe na-achieve naman natin siya, di ba?
So ito yung way ng College of Education Teachers Week para tulungan kayo na maka-adapt agad sa college life.
Okay, and we are back. Ayan, i-announce na po natin ang panalo. Pero mamaya muna kasi nahihirapan pa ata yung judge nun. Validate pa rin kasi 'di ba? As you can see, lahat ng
Yes, Kuya
tribes,
Roy.
lahat ng tribes ay naghanda at lahat ng tribes talaga sobrang ganda na kanilang performance. 'Di ba, Charmaine?
Kahit naman ako, Kuya Roy, if ako yung judge talaga, mahihirapan ako kasi lahat sila, bukod sa lahat sila deserving, ang galing nila mag-express ng kanilang mga points.
Totoo. At grabe yung paglalatag nila ng arguments. Alam mong walang dead air, no? Parang nagsasalita na sila, tuloy-tuloy sila. And
Yes.
alam mong pinagandaan, alam mong nag-aral sila at alam na alam nila yung ano, given, uulitin ko lang no, para sa ating mga viewers, no? So they're only given 24 hours to study their side. Di ba? 24 hours para pag-aralan, no? Para deliberately or maayos na mailatag lahat ng arguments mo is really a short time, no? Pero grabe ang nangyari kanina. Parang finalist na
Talagang sineryoso nila, Kuya Roy, yung ano, yung title na ibinigay sa kanila na representative of their tribes. So talagang grabe, grabe.
totoo. Hindi nila
Hindi
basta
sila
lang
nakikipagbiruan.
totoo, hindi nila disappoint ang kanilang tribe. At sabi nga dito ng ating isang debater na si Carlos, no, everybody did well. No? So, actually,
Yes.
everybody did great. 'Di ba? Sobrang galing ng lahat ng ating
Truly.
debaters. Ayan, 100 daw ang grade kay Ma'am Ferry. Yes. Ayan, solid co-ed, 'di ba? So sa co-ed lang meron ito. And 'di ba? Talagang may kita mo that College of Education is really developing the teacher leaders holistically, no? Hindi lang basta, aya't magaling ka sa math, or dapat alam mo yung iba't ibang subjects, dapat magaling ka rin magsalita, dapat magaling ka rin sa iba't ibang bagay, di ba? So kaya meron tayong Gurolympics to showcase lahat ng talents and skills ng College of Education students.
Yes, kaya mapapasabi tayo na, saan ka pa? Hindi co-ed ka na.
Totoo yan. Di ba? Sabi ni Michelle, what if face-to-face? Feel ko, mas magulo.
Yes,
Feel ko,
mas magulo.
mas masaya. No? So, let's think of it that way. Feel ko, mas masaya siguro kung face-to-face. Kasi for sure, yung mga all caps nyo na chat na yan, feel ko, dadagundong yan kung sakasakaling nag-face-to-face tayo. Ayan.
Yes, at mayayakap natin ng isa't isa Go face to face ito.
Totoo. Sabi nga ni Jane, competence at its finest, totoo yan. Talagang when you graduate at Faith College of Education, talagang isa, no, competence talaga, isa sa mag-develop. Especially together with commitment and compassion. Yan, di ba?
Yes.
Core values ng
We must
faith.
make our core values.
Ayan, okay. Ayan, so grabe yung mga comments. So keep those comment coming, no? Kasi habang hinihintay natin yan, syempre, magchikahan muna tayo dito, di ba?
Yes,
O, kasi
tama tong kay Ate I don't know if I'm
Gail. Gail yan, si
Gail.
Gail.
Okay. She said, Nako, it's born to burn. Yes.
Totoo, di ba?
Agree na
Parang,
agree ako dyan.
totoo, parang gumising tayo choosing violence. Di ba talagang matindi ang laban eh. Matindi ang laban ng lahat.
Parang ang
Ayan.
sarap
Pa-shout
maging
out sa
teacher ni
talon
Ate
daw,
Rose
sabi.
Ann. Laging 100 yung ibinibigay.
Totoo, ayan. And sabi ni Rose andito, what a fruitful debate it has been. Totoo naman. Grabe. I believe, no, lahat tayo mga viewers, these are pressing issues on the field of education. And I believe lahat tayo, we've gained, you know, rich insights from our debaters na talagang mapapaisip tayo, di ba? Ano ba talaga yung dapat nating gawin, di ba? Should we, you know, integrate art? Should we separate arts? Or should we blame the education system or not, di ba? So talagang ito ay hindi lang din dahil may contest tayo, but this is also for us future teachers to really, alam yun, pag-isipan, mag-isip sa mga issues na ito because these issues concerns us, di ba? Tayo ang concerned sa mga issues na ito at syempre kailangan nating makialam, di ba? Kaya tayo nag-uusap
Yes.
or kaya tayo
Mm-mm.
nade-debate, di ba? Ayan,
True.
so ayan. So just another quick side note, no? I would like to congratulate again lahat ng ating debaters and also lahat actually ng participants natin. Kanina, di ba? We have our let quiz bid din kanina. So congratulations sa lahat
Yes,
ng ating finalists.
congratulations.
Yes, congratulations sa lahat, no? Sa lahat na nag-participate. The fact na nag-participate tayo sa Gurolympics is already, you know, award na yun
It's
eh. Di ba,
already an
Charmaine?
achievement. Yes, Kuya Roy. It's already an achievement na maging part ka or maging representative ka ng inyong tribe. Talaga namang iba na yung ibinibigay nito sa atin.
That is true. Ayan. Meron na po tayong go signal. Okay, yes, makilahok at makialam. Tama yan, no? Isa yan sa mga reasons din kung bakit tayo may debate, no? It's for us to
Yes.
discuss these pressing issues
Let's
on the
use
field of
our
education.
voice.
Totoo, that is correct. Ayan, so, meron na po tayong go signal. Meron na
Ayan
daw
na.
po tayong results
Ayan na,
for our
kinakabahan
debate
na ako.
competition elimination rounds. Kinakabahan din ako. Kasi
Okay.
kahit po kami ni Charmaine, hindi po namin alam kung sino ang
Opo.
nanalo. Ngayon lang din namin malalaman actually.
Sobrang nakaka-excite namang malaman. At alam ko kung tayong host pa lang, Kuya Roy, kinakabahan na at gusto nang malaman kung sino ba nanalo. Paano pa kaya yung ating mga participants at ang ating mga viewers?
That is correct. So, Charmaine, take it away. Announce the winners for our debate session 1.
Okay, our debate session 1 between Tail Tribe and Spine Tribe, debating the topic about the issue of PBB history quiz with the question, should we blame the education system or not? Our winner that will go to our final round is, sino kaya? The Tail Tribe. Congratulations, our Tail Tribe. Our first winner na makakasali po sa ating final round. Congratulations.
Ayan, congratulations, Tail Tribe. Ayan, for winning our debate session 1. And actually, nakikita actually ng mga viewers yung score. Talagang dikit, no? Talagang matindi ang naging laban ng ating debate session 1. So again, congratulations, Tail Tribe. Once again, you will be going to the finals. Ayan. Okay, let's now go. Totoo. Congratulations. Now let's go to the winner of our debate session 2 elimination rounds. Ayan na. Gusto ko muna mag-ingay yung mga nasa YouTube. Okay? Sino kaya
Yes.
between Talon Tribe and the Fang Tribe debating on the topic integrating arts in the classroom? Should we integrate or separate? Sino kaya ang nagwagi sa ating debate session 2? Okay, gusto ko mas maingay pa yung YouTube natin. Sino kaya? Is it Talon Tribe or Fang Tribe?
Mapapanatili kaya ng Fang
Ayan.
Tribe ang kanilang title or maagaw ito?
Totoo.
Let's see.
Ayan. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. The winner for our debate session 2 is Talent Tribe. Okay. So let's type on that session 2. But congratulations, Talent Tribe, for winning our debate session 2. Again, I would like to emphasize, sobrang dikit na ating mga grades. Sobrang grabe talaga. Inilaban ng lahat ng tribes. And the scores, nagpapakita rin talagang hindi sila basta-basta lang, no? Na lumaban dito. Talagang nag-prepare sila for this battle.
Yes, again,
Ayan.
congratulations po sa ating mga winners. Kayo po ay makikita namin muli sa ating final round. So excited na ako sa ating final round dahil kung ngayon pa lang sobrang ginalingan na ng ating mga participants, paano pa kaya? Ano pa bang aasahan natin pagdating sa final round?
That is correct, no? So actually, kinakabahan na naman ako kasi isa na namang matinding bakbakan na matutuklasan ang matutunghayan natin sa April 29, 3 p.m. So to all our viewers, please save the date. April 29, 3 p.m. We will be having the clash between Tail Tribe and Talon Tribe for winning the championship on our debate competition. Ayan. Once again, congratulations ulit sa ating lahat ng tribe, okay? Kahit po sa mga hindi nanalo, congratulations. You really did great. And also, congratulations sa ating mga finalists. Okay? That's it for our Gurolympics 2022 debate competition elimination rounds. Once again, I am Roy Vincent Montenegro from the Tail Tribe.
I am your host, Charmaine Makuha Umali from the Fang Tribe.
Ayan. Thank you so much, everyone. Sabay-sabay tayo sumigaw sa chat box. Ad Astra. First Asia. Ayan. Thank you so much to all our viewers. It has been a great
will have
day.
a wonderful day ahead.
Yes. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations.